Chapter 4 More on KRITA. Chapter outline. In this chapter, you will learn layers, adding objects as layers, showing and hiding layers, renaming a layer, deleting a layer, working with multiple layers, switching to animation workspace, creating animation. Ambi. Hey KB, do you know KRITA has this amazing feature called layers? It is like having a magical canvas where we can create different parts of our artwork separately. KB. Really? How does it work? Ambi. Well, think of layers like transparent sheets stacked on top of each other. You can draw on each sheet without affecting the others. It is super handy when we want to change something without messing up the whole picture. KB. That sounds cool. Any examples? Ambi. Sure. Say we are drawing a tree. We can have one layer for the trunk, another for leaves, and another for background. It's like painting one part at a time but seeing the whole masterpiece together. KB. So layers help us create step by step like a painting puzzle. Ambi. Exactly. It's like being a digital artist, adding details one layer at a time. Ready to level up our KRITA game with layers? KB. Totally. Let's make our digital canvas more magical with layers. KRITA is a photo editing software. With the photo editing software, a simple looking picture can be enhanced to an extent that it looks as if captured by an expert photographer. The word KRITA comes from the Swedish language where Kri means crayons and Rita means to draw. KRITA is an open source software designed for digital drawing, photo editing and 2D animation. Opening an image for editing. Opening an image in GIMP is same as opening a GIMP document. To open an image in GIMP, follow these steps. Step 1. Click on File, Figure 4.1. Step 2. Click on Open. The Open Image dialog box will appear on the screen, Figure 4.2. Step 3. Locate and select the image to be opened. Step 4. Click on the Open button. Switching to Animation Workspace. In KRITA, to access the animation features, the easiest way is to change your workspace to animation. To change to Animation Workspace, you will see the animation dockers and stage on your workspace as shown in Figure 4.14. Before creating the animation, let us first know about the components of the animation workspace. The workspace. The workspace figure 4.15 is the arrangement of the various KRITA elements such as Tools panel containing different dockers, stage, timeline, and so on. Stage. The stage is a drawing board where you can create graphics, animation, and make modifications too. It is a large space present in the center of the workspace. Tools panel. The Tools panel consists of the various tools to draw, paint, and modify the objects in the workspace. It is divided into three parts: Toolbox, Layers, and Animation. Toolbox. This docker has the different tools that are used for drawing, painting, and selecting the objects. Layers. This docker is used to manage all the layers used in the animation. Animation. This docker consists of the controls that are used for presenting the animation. Timeline. The timeline is a rectangular window which is present at the bottom of the stage. It is the area where one controls the sequencing and timing of the graphics and the other elements of animation. The major components of the timeline are layers, frames, and playhead. Frames. Animation in KRITA is created with the help of frames. Each frame is defined as the little rectangular cell that appears on the timeline. Keyframes. Keyframes are special types of frames where you define some changes to an object's properties for an animation, like position, color, shapes, etc. Layers. Layers are like transparent sheets stacked on top of one another, each containing a different image that appears on the stage. You can draw and edit the objects on one layer without affecting the objects on another layer. Creating animation. Let us create the first animation in KRITA, a jumping man on the road. For this, follow the steps given below. Creating a new document. You will need 2 layers to make a jumping man on the road, one for the road and another for the man. So, create a new document with 2 layers. To do so, follow these steps. Click on File, New. The Create New Document dialog box appears. Figure 4.16. In the Create New Document dialog box, add the required values as given below. Width 1200 pixels px, height 1024 pixels px, resolution 74 ppi. Now, click on the Content tab and update the values as given below. Layers 2, background color, select any color of your choice. Background opacity 100%, background as canvas color. After updating all the required values, click on the Create button. This will create a new KRITA document as shown in figure 4.18. Renaming layers. For better understanding, rename the layers first. Rename layer 1 as road and rename layer 2 as man. You can rename a layer using the following steps. Double-click on the layer you want to rename in the Layers panel. Type the new name and press the Enter key, figure 4.19. Adding animation. To add animation, follow these steps. Before you start drawing on the road layer, make sure you hide the other layers, or example, to hide the man layer, simply click on the icon. Now select the layer in which you want to draw an object. Select any drawing tool from the toolbox and draw an image that looks similar to the one given below in the work area. Click on the road layer and draw a horizontal line using the line tool. Now the next thing to do so is add another frame in the timeline. To add a blank frame in the timeline, click on the Add Blank Frame button. Repeat the previous step and add new frames at 3, 0, 6, 12 points as shown in figure 4.20. Click on each new frame and draw the images with the drawing tools, figure 4.21 A to C. Now make both the layers visible and add the following information in the animation panel as shown. To view the animation, click on the Play button, figure 4.22. Properties of animation panel. Start, first frame of the animation. End, last frame of the animation. Play speed, the speed at which the animation will be played in the preview mode. Frame rate, the speed at which the animation will be played when embedded with the other apps. Seek more. Discuss the use of frames, keyframes, and timeline in the class. Tech terms. KRITA, photo editing software. Layers, stacks in which the objects are placed one over the other or side by side. Workspace, arrangement of various KRITA elements. Stage, drawing board where users can create and modify graphics and animations. Frame, the little rectangular cell that appears on the timeline.